All right, it is exactly at the right opportune moment. You may be wondering what is happening and why all this. But today, as I have promised you, that we'll be having our guests. Who are these? They are politicians from Kibabii University, and I will give them an opportunity so that they can introduce themselves. But the big question or the big topic we are having today, or we are discussing, is all about leadership. It is exactly 6 months in office. The track record. My name is Gideon Yeri, and welcome. Right, maybe we briefly start with the introduction first, then we proceed with the interview.
Okay, thank you very much, Yeri. My privilege for the opportunity. I am Ochieng, a four-year student pursuing a degree in US Management, Accounting and Finance option. I was a candidate in last election as the presidential aspirant on the flag bearer of Pamoja land. I served as the speaker of Kibabii, that is back in 2019, and also contested on basis. So I think that's all.
All right, thank you very much. You'll have an opportunity to elaborate more on that. But on the farthest end of my right-hand side, we also have another guest. Maybe you tell us, you let the viewers get to know who are you.
My name is Baraka, also known as Guru. I am the SOKU Chairperson, or the Chairperson of the Organization of Students in Kibabii. We call it SOKU, that is Student Organization of Kibabii University. Just like you said, 6 months in office, and we are doing well.
All right, that's great. A lot we'll be sharing on. But wherever you're watching us from, remember that you can interact with us through our social media platforms at Kibu TV and the Extra Mile Media. You can keep your SMS coming in through 0759780070. My name is Gideon Yeri, and we are continuing with the conversation. Right, 6 months in office. How has it been, especially the journey up to date?
Actually, 6 months in office, it's meant a lot to me personally.
Yes.
And also to Kibabii fraternity. Actually, I can say there's not been a walk in the park. There's not been a celebration, especially in my office. I deal with students, 10,000.
Yes.
And now that you are their representative, and the expectation is 100, and what you can give is 10%,
yes.
But you try. So actually, I can say the office is not a piece of cake. It's not a walk in the park, just like I said. It's a journey with stumbles, with a lot of difficulties. But we thank God, we are doing well so far. We are doing well, actually, let me say.
All right, that's great. When you say that the journey has not been a walk in the park, right? Yeah, we can try to bring out exactly what is this thing, or are there any challenges especially, or how is it, so that you can bring it out clearly that yes, it's not a walk in the park because of A, B, and C.
That one, actually, I'll say, as per our constitution,
yes,
the responsibilities of the chairperson or the president are very well speculated.
Yes.
But you realize that the reality is very different from what is expected by the constitution. You come to realize that whatever you're supposed to do, of course, you have to do it, but there's a lot more to it than just doing the responsibility, because people face you with a lot of challenges that are not captured in the constitution. If you sit there and you say, let me serve the constitution, you realize that you're leaving out the bigger percentage of what is real, what you're actually supposed to do.
Yes.
Because comrades, in their normal living, they have a lot of issues.
Yes.
People present to you issues that you can't even imagine. So actually, you solve issues from relationship up to eating, their food, their clothing, and everything else.
Yes.
So actually, it's not easy.
All right, that means we have a lot to share. But in our broadcast today, I think you'll be in a position to get us understand more on that and how you managed, especially when it comes to, I know that you're dealing with a big number of students, but I want to believe that God is on your side. All right, on my left-hand side, Mr. George Ochieng, right? You were once a presidential flag bearer, and you also you served in the SOKU leadership, right, as the speaker. Right. How has it been, especially when you talk of the journey since last elections?
Sincerely, I have to thank comrades for always believing and supporting me throughout my political journey in campus. When I was a first year, still fresh in campus, I think I started my political journey there. And I won the election as the SOKU member, and I didn't won as the speaker of Kibabii University.
Yes.
I think I served the level I could, and I gave comrade the best.
Yes.
And I think that is why when I came back again to win contest, there's several of them and most of the comrades still believe in my leadership, and they still wanted to offer me opportunity to serve again in maybe another leadership level. But unfortunately enough, their dreams or my dreams were not valid to some point. You know, politics is not a matter of life and death. At some point, you have to have expectation. You might lose, you might win. So before you go to politics, you must expect two results.
Yes.
And sincerely, I don't regret losing an election because I know very well that maybe if not today, tomorrow I still have opportunity to serve elsewhere.
All right.
So I think comrades still believe in my leadership. That's why some still call me Rais.
Yes.
And also some still believe that if there is an issue, they can still approach me and resolve it amicably.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, that's great. So it means that you have majority or you have the minority, whichever side. Now, you as a leader, I don't want to call you an opposition leader because I want to believe that you are working together or you are working hand in hand with the current regime. Are there any steps or anything maybe you have tried to reach them so that you share ideas, bring them on table so that you can try to work together? Because politics, put politics aside. Now let's talk about the working strategy.
Well, sure. Baraka has been a friend even when before we joined campus politics. He's been a good friend of mine.
Yes.
And immediately I lost election. I looked for him and we shared and we briefed each other. I shared with him some of my few manifestos I had.
Yes.
And I told him, bro, this is the way. I'll serve in this position, in the speaker position, and I know some loopholes in the office, what you can face on the challenges. I think even the issue of constitution review and amendment, I shared with him, and I was to spearhead the issue of the constitution amendment.
Yes.
With that, I've not gotten the platform to at least inform comrades over the issue, but it's something in the process, and I have the idea of at least doing something to this regime, at least for a legacy.
Yes.
And again, we've shared a lot with him, and I think he can testify because he's a friend. And when we see institution move, and at least comrades are happy, we too are happy. We need to have a peaceful environment.
Yes.
The main purpose we are in the university is for education purpose.
All right.
And if personally, I'm making the life of maybe some other comrades feel like we want to interfere with the education system, isn't a good picture.
All right, thank you.
In the opportunity at least to serve and to deliver to comrades according to his expectations too.
All right, that's great. So that means that you're working hand in hand to make sure that all is for betterment of our comrade, right? As they always say that comrade power, right?
Yes.
Now, 6 months in office. I think now you can sit somewhere and say, now I have been in a position to do this, I've done this and this. At least, is there anything that you can speak confidently or trying to tell us that you have been in a position to achieve it?
Yeah. Someone said actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
And actually, if you can move around, at least people are praising, people are saying, at least this regime is doing well.
Yes.
Not because you're just sitting there and making murky deals and doing petty things.
Yes.
Of course, I sat down with my leadership and I told them, this time round, let's make a difference. Let's not just do the same things the way they've been being done every now and then.
Yes.
And we say, let's forget about lining our pockets. Let's forget about what people maybe see us personally. But let's keep the picture of a comrade in mind, and let's serve these people. That's why right now you can walk around Kibabii, you're seeing a lot is being done. First, there was this issue of students. There was a time that help delayed.
Yes.
And the institution, as per our policy, you cannot allow students sit on an exam without completion of school fees.
Yes.
And the administration has said you must complete.
Yes.
And we said no. This is not our problem. The problem is a national problem.
Yes.
And we intervened. The institution allowed students to do exam. Again, we had a student complaining about our internet Wi-Fi, especially there where they used to sit and entertain themselves to ensure the Wi-Fi is there, the graduation square. On that also we've said the seats, our project is in completion, is in its last stage of completion. There's Wi-Fi there. At least comrade can sit there in our project. The seats are already there. The Wi-Fi is there. They can entertain themselves. Also, the sports. Sports have been having very many challenges. And in fact, I want to thank George because when he was the speaker that time, was a leader, he used to spearhead the issue of sports issue. But when they got out of the office, the issue then went down. But we've revived. Of course, I was in Senate and we pushed the issue of sports and everything else. Now the funds had been increased. At least from 700 to 4 point something M. You see now, that means that there's all teams are going to be facilitated. That is balls, the uniforms, and everything else.
Yes.
Everything. You see now they're enjoying. Even drama right now is happy because they are planning something. They want to go out.
Yes.
Such things have not been happening. But you see right now students are happy.
Yes.
Again, the issue of seats. If you go to our workshop there, you see seats are being made. But of course, we are also pushing for more because the little we are having are not yet accommodated. That's why we are pushing for the same.
Right, thank you.
A lot has been done.
Yeah, thank you very much on that, President. Yes. All right, but before I embark on another question, there is this issue of seats. All right?
Yes.
It's a good project. In fact, it's a physical, people can see it.
Sure.
They use it. But is there anything maybe SOKU leadership has tried to come up with so that they can think outside the box instead? Because we know that we have the SOKU seats since then, right?
Sure.
That means every leadership that comes in, the first thing to do, they will deal with seats, right?
Yes.
That is their own achievement.
No.
Now, does it mean that it's a trend? Every SOKU leadership that comes in, it will have to advance on the seats?
No, actually that one, I'm not saying it's not a trend because if you can see the last regime, it didn't do seats. The issue of seats came in when we sat down. We work with a budget.
Yes.
We are not going there and just pick money and say let's do seats. We are working with a very small budget.
Yes.
Like I'll not say the because people will wonder how is this SOKU running with a very small budget. But of course, we had someone in place who said if you want to do, you can choose to do a big thing or a very small thing that will not help so much. And now we are having issues of seats around students going for discussion on a Beba Viti from Ukoju, they go out with them. So we say that let's help them, and of course to save on our cost again, because you see the seats that we are making, they are the material used are waste products. The seats that have been broken and so.
Thank you. Now let's move away from that all about seats. Now to Mr. George, you have mentioned something about constitution. And actually, in our last interview with the SOKU, by then, I think that leadership, you are the speaker, right? So the current Secretary General, by then, was the Secretary General. And he mentioned something about constitution. And he went to an extent that the constitution there is a time that normally it goes under what? To go through the review. If I'm not wrong, I think the period is it after every 3 years?
Sure.
Thank you. Now, you as the former speaker, right? Now I will consider you as a watchdog, right, for the current regime. This constitution they tried to bring to the comrades, but the comrades refused it. So what are the plans that maybe you can say, okay, this is what I'm thinking, so that you can present to the current regime? At least they work on that. A constitution that is friendly to comrades.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I think me personally, constitution will not favor me in any way because I'm in my last year.
Yes.
So if I see it wise to at least go review the constitution, it's about the interest of comrades.
Yes.
It's not about the interest of somebody.
Yes.
You know, these are big institutions as of now.
Yes.
And our constitution does not even capture the international students. Our constitution doesn't even offer student leaders maybe even a salary.
Yes.
The token that that student leaders are being given is very, very minimal and is like an allowance. When you have a meeting, you get allowance. And when you're a student leader, we got several comrades approaching each and every time.
Yes.
Please give me support. I have an issue. Each and every day, you cannot lack somebody coming to you at least for financial support.
Yes.
There's no way a comrade can go directly to VC to ask for support. Definitely they will come to the chairperson, they will go to Secretary General or the academic director for support. How will you support these people and you personally don't have something? They'll start seeing you as a beggar, as a poor person, they put you in the office and you don't have anything. So these are the things we want to at least change in our constitution. This is also a big institution. We only have one gate. Not everybody is staying in maybe the
other end
airborne.
of this area. Yes.
We have got students staying in the other end of a booster.
Yes.
We have other students coming from sewage. And we cannot be using one gate, and the institution is very big.
Yes.
Yet there's restriction. You want to go to class at 8. Students have lined up. They're checking the identity cards. We are very many. You are getting late to class. So there are several things that comrades need just to understand.
All
the
right.
Constitution is not going to favor the interest of somebody. The Constitution is going to favor their own interest.
All right. Thank you very much, Judge. All right, Mr. Dennis. Just to add on what the former speaker has said, what are the plans under your leadership in matters constitution?
When the issue of constitution came in,
yes,
it was brought by Georgia.
Yes.
I said, now that you are well versed and you are the speaker,
yes,
being the speaker, that means he is well versed with the constitution and he knows matters to do with the constitution. So I tasked him.
Yes.
I gave him that responsibility to at least do the reviews, the previews before we bring the issue on board. And I think he's on his final touches.
Yes.
Very soon we're going to have a parliamentary when we will invite him, bring his ideas on board, then we'll pick it from there. But again, the issue of constitution, we discussed it up with every senate that I've gone, because you see our institution is updating its documents, the statutes, the student handbook had been reviewed the other day. But now, in reviewing those documents, they are using our constitution as part of the document to review. Then I asked them, you are using a document that is subject to revision for 5 years, it has not been reviewed, to review the documents to fit in the current situation. I said, no. Please help us review our constitution so that when you review your documents, the institution documents, they're in line so that our constitution also fits the current situation. So every Senate have been going, it's a matter that is in, and they are aware that this thing is there and we must do it.
All right, keep the conversation going. Remember that our SMS number is 07597020. My name is Gideon Yeri. We are just taking a short commercial break, but once we come back, we'll be getting to know what is all about in the online platforms. Kibabii University will be hosting the Western Kenya Universities Sports Association Second League this October on 14th and 15th.
Kibabii University has been honored to host the second leg of Western Kenya University Sports Association.
Join us as the Western Sports Wing showcase their talents.
Kibabii University has prepared the venues and is planning to bring in electronic scoring system.
Taekwondo will be played at the Student Center Gymnasium. Karate will be played at the Auditorium A. Badminton will be played at the Multipurpose Hall. Table tennis will be played at Auditorium B.
The following universities shall be competing: Kibabii, Maseno, Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, University of Kabianga, Kisii, Great Lakes, Tom Mboya, and Kaimosi. However, Alupe University has not confirmed participation.
The climax of the event will be awarding of certificates at Auditorium C. Welcome all to Kibabii University, the home of talents. Alright, welcome back. Conversation is still going on, right? Let me get to know what is happening or what people are saying, special comrades in the online platforms. Right, allow me to read some questions and then you will be answering them. Let us start with one from Onjere. I don't know where he is from, but he's saying the first question, huyu ni Derek Onjere, mwanafunzi wa 4. He has written it in Kiswahili and I will read as it is. Maswali yangu ni mawili tu. Kwake Dennis. Swali la kwanza. Yapata miezi 6 tangu aingie madarakani. Nini kikubwa amefanya wanafunzi ambacho chaweza kuzungumziwa? I think that question you have already tried to answer in the first segment, right? Alright, let's have this second one. Kuna tatizo la ukosefu wa wahadhiri wa kutosha kuwahudumia wanafunzi. Jambo lipi amefanya kama kiongozi wa wanafunzi ili kutetea matakwa yao? Right, I think that you can take that one. You can pick that one, then I will read the second question.
I'll respond to the second question about
Yes.
we're having inadequate lecturers.
Yes.
Yeah, the issue is it's a difficult one. Of
Yes.
course, we are following up.
Yes.
Because you find out that our institution lecturers are having issues about maybe, let me say, payment. I followed up.
Yes.
Payment, especially the part-time lecturers. I met one of them and said since 2018 or 2017 they've not been getting anything. And I said, and what were you doing? How were you surviving? Then he said, they keep on postponing.
Yes.
But now, as the student leadership organization,
Yes.
there's little we can do. That one, it's entirely on the
Administration.
But now, our work is to ensure that the school is providing competent services to the students. That's why we are following up the matter, because the lecturer, if he's coming to the class and is frustrated, the quality of service he provides is not the same as when he's fit.
Yes.
So we are doing it, we are very much aware of it, and we are following up the matter.
Right, thank you. There is another, I think it's a suggestion, or it can be a question to People's President. I don't know who is People's President. My regards to the People's President. He has acknowledged an issue that is very concerning, that is Gate B of the university should be open for comrades that come from that side. I think you have spoken about that, right? Sure. Yes, so hope you are working on that so that to make sure, no, it's a concern from comrades, not the People's President. You are the chairperson. Do you have any plans about maybe they can be considered, because we understand that they have the IDs. Can they use them maybe through the Gate B or even the other end there?
Actually, let me make it aware to all comrades that the other end where we're having what we call Gate B,
yes,
is you find out that there are staffs who stay there.
Yes.
And when I followed up the matter, they said that there's a section,
Yes.
a segment for staff.
Yes.
And again, when you cross the fence, and we are having a very small way to get B. And I asked why. They said that land has issues. That unless the university buys the land, because if we are opening Gate B,
yes.
that means that comrades will not follow that path.
Yes.
It's just a small path.
Yeah.
It means they'll be using another person's land.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I think that one is beyond your capacity, right?
Sure.
And we are hoping that maybe the administration will be taking a look on that so that comrades can have a good life, especially when it comes to it seems that, but they are not lazy. Is that they wanted to use the other gate? All right. Let me pick another question here. Then we go to comments. There are many, but I can't read them, all of them. All right. There have been an issue, but you said that you resolved this issue. It was all about rentals. Mm-hmm. But the ground is different from what is said online. I took an initiative to pretend that I'm looking for a house somewhere. Yes. But they told me, for you to have this room, you are supposed to pay for 4 months, mm-hmm. right? Yes. That is like a semester-wise, right? So that means if the house is 3,000 per month, then I will have to pay around 10 or 12, yes. right? Mm-hmm. That one has been a what? Problem. Disturbing comrades, especially those who are living outside the campus premises. Yes. Yes. How do you address that before we welcome George so that he can say something on the same?
Actually, that issue of the students who are residing outside.
Yes.
Some people, and let me advise comrades that sometimes when we are addressing issues, let's be a little bit logical. I cannot in any way sign a thing that will make comrades suffer. Yes. The issue of, and I came out clearly and I said, I'm going to ensure that policy, they had made it a policy that you must pay. And they said, we are going to abolish the policy. And we did that. But now, I'm receiving calls each and every day. And I want to make it a statement right now. That if those guys outside there who are imposing difficult to comrade in issues of housing and everything else, if they're going to do so, continue with the same behavior, we are going to take action, because there's no way we can agree that this is what is going to happen, and when you read the ground, you do something else. So these are a message also to the administration, because if these comrades will lack places to stay,
yes,
that means they will come here. The administration cannot call for students if they cannot accommodate for all of them. That means comrades will come and stay in ABBs here in our classrooms. Right. And that's what is going to happen if they're not going to intervene and help us do away with the issue of rent outside.
All right, thank you very much on that. Now, to Pamoja Alliance. You are a former presidential candidate, right? Sure. But still you have said that there are issues that you keep on handling, especially from comrades, when it comes to welfare or the well-being of students, right? Sure. How do you address that?
The first, my brother, the issue of rental and policy, there must be a student leader who was present when the deal was being made. Because I've served in the office, and before a policy is made, student leaders, some of them, even if it's not you, but there is a student leader who was present when they are making the policy. So because the policy has been made, and the memo was given out. A memo is being, when a memo is written, the only thing that can cancel the memo is another memo. So you people have not written any other memo saying that we should not pay the 12,000 for the whole semester. So what you should do for us, you should write another memo saying that comrades should not pay 12,000. Comrades should pay monthly rent fees. Because not everyone is capable to pay 12,000 in the beginning of a semester. There are some who are struggling even to pay fee. Some are struggling to pay fee at the end, close to the exam state. So you cannot force somebody to pay 12,000, to pay 15,000 for rental.
Right.
And let me clarify that issue of the leadership. The leadership being present in that meeting.
Yes.
You know, when I'm here, it doesn't mean I agreed. And the leader who I sent to be in that meeting said, "There's nowhere I signed or I agreed." In fact, he was objecting the issue.
Yes.
But what they are using outside there is that the leader was present. Then I asked, "Did you agree?" He said no. So the presence of the leadership being there doesn't mean it was agreed. And as the leadership, I'm saying it clearly. Hear it from the chairperson.
Yes.
We did not agree on that.
Yes.
Yes.
So that means the plans,
the memo was released. Yes. You write for us another memo saying there is no payment of monthly or of 4 months rental.
Maybe I pick it from what he's saying, right? Now, when it comes to memo, how do you go about this so that to make sure that this thing is official? Now, comrades need to understand, and even the landlords need to put it into consideration.
Okay. When we are doing information dissemination,
yes,
just through memos and everything else,
yes,
we work alongside with the dean's office.
Yes.
We don't just make memos and we post. We must work closely with the dean's office. That one can be done, of course, and if the issue is it has escalated to the point that it is boiling, we can do it immediately, because
yes,
if that's happening and we do not agree, then doing a memo is an easy task. I can go to the dean's office, do it right away.
All right, thank you. I will want you to answer me a very simple question and a short one in a short while, right? We have the issue of Freshers' Night. I know that I'm aware about the memo was released yesterday, right? But we find that yesterday and today the difference is, and tomorrow the difference is just 1 day,
Yes.
right? And there have been all the speculations about that there will be no Freshers' Night, there will be Freshers' Night.
Yes.
What was the deal revolving around? Because we know that it's full your docket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you work hand in hand with your Secretary General.
Secretary General to ensure.
Can you say something about Freshers' Night?
Freshers' Night is part of the entertainment that
Yes.
SOKU provides for the comrades, and this specifically the first years.
Yes.
And it's a culture.
Yes.
If you define culture, it's culture is the way people live each and every day.
Yes.
And it's been there since time immemorial.
So no politics around it.
No politics, zero politics. But now there was an idea of doing away with the Freshers' Night.
Yes.
That was brought on board by one of our leaders. That now Freshers' Night has got a lot of issues that come out. That now it's like we are initiating freshers to some cult or some, because of the things that happen.
Yes.
But now we had already given out the dates and everything else that Freshers' Night is going to be there. And you know, when comrades get the information,
Yes.
there's no way you can do away.
You can retrieve it.
Yeah, so that was a mistake, and
Yes.
we had to do it. But now we have to ensure that the comrades will be safe. We have to ensure that everything will work. That's why we are involving. That's why we involve security, and the school knows that on this day, SOKU was planned for this. So I think doing away with the culture, maybe we try it next time.
All right, thank you very much.
Freshers' Night will be there.
Thank you, that's great. To comrades, Freshers' Night is there. Let's come and enjoy. All right, you have a point to add?
Yes.
Okay, add the point you have, and I would like you to answer me. Now, when it comes to issues of the needy kids, you know, that those who apply, we also have criteria, right? So what's your recommendations on that when it comes to the criteria or the process?
Before I answer that, let me talk briefly about the Freshers' Night.
Yes.
This thing is a issue that I've been involved in for quite a long time.
Yes.
Been bringing issues, and student leaders are not straightforward over this issue. So the memo was out yesterday. Slots are supposed to be given out before Friday.
Yes.
So you get application is supposed to be done. Comrades are supposed to send their application letters,
Yes.
at least to get some slots, at least to cater for those who are not capable, at least to get daily meals. So it's a very short period of time, and the notice is very short. This thing might not get to the ears of some comrades. Maybe some people still have got in their mind that there will be no freshers' night.
Right.
So you should be giving us a clear information that there is a freshers' night. If you want to maybe copy something from different universities, it should be in a plan. Not something just to wake up and you try to impose to comrades. It's bring a lot of challenges and miscommunication in leadership, both in section and maybe the president.
Right, thank you. Thank you.
I
think you can take on the second question,
yes.
The question that I have asked.
So the issue of niddy-kitty is a docket. It's for special interest to earn that.
Yes.
But because the chairperson is an overall and overseer of everything, I think he should know and be certified now how much they are going to give out to comrades.
Yes.
Well, I think when I was in the office, we gave out around 700 students, but we are giving around 3,000. Some are getting to below to 1,500.
Yes.
But I think it's not about the high number to get. At least when the institution can give at least comrades 5,000 and above, they get around 600 students, needy students. You know, there's in Kenya what is now hitting more and painful, that you get the 500 or maybe the 200 people who are going to be given this niddy-kitty are not necessarily poor or are not necessarily needy.
Yes.
You get, I got a friend.
Yes.
I go tell Baraka, you know, you my guy, man.
Yes.
Give this guy a slot. And maybe that guy is just a friend of mine, but he's not poor. He's not poor. So the criteria of giving out the niddy-kitty, at least they should look into this thing. They should give this support to really needy students. The students who are really suffering, they cannot trace fee.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you. I think you have heard.
Yeah,
maybe you can add something on that, so that in terms of criteria.
For us, it's something that was brought up to help the needy students. And to maybe clarify to Ochieng that the niddy-kitty you apply if you're very needy, because there's no way you can get the funds for niddy-kitty by just telling me, you know, Baraka, you're my friend. No, you apply for it. Yes. The same way the slots they said, you apply and you drop your letter to the dean of students. Yes. That means vetting and everything else is entirely in the dean's office. Yes. For us, I just signed that our funds, part of our budget, and this time round we set a little bit high for the needy students. All right. Yeah. So the niddy-kitty and vetting and to find out the needy entirely in the dean's office.
Thank you. Allow me to read some comments, and then we'll take the last bit, right? Yeah. There is still Mary. Mary is saying that what are some of your achievements as per now? Maybe I'm not aware of the development, but to our faculty, we are yet to see any improvement. Is it the work of the student council to push the administration for development in the institution, or whose work it is? I think Mary is from the faculty of FAST, right?
Actually, right now, if I can rank the best faculties as for my ranking, whatever, FAST is doing well than every other faculty. FAST is doing well, and in fact, the way they do their things, FAST has got very little issues. Yes, FAST is doing well, but you know, just like I told you, you are having a problem that is maybe pressing you in FAST. I have a problem that is pressing me in FAST. Maybe you are having a problem of fee and you're in FAST. I have a problem of missing mark in FAST. If you are in a particular faculty or a particular department that even sports and everything else, you write a proposal, you bring to us, we help you to do it, we forward.
Allow me to read another comment. As we wind up, we have Alfred Mia. This is Alfred Obar. My question going to the leader is that how can the administration help the upcoming Royals football club, given that it is a new football club that has just started? I think you can pick that one. Then I will read the next question.
Yeah, we are having, maybe to put it clear, we are at our Kibu Premier League. We are having, we had 13 teams. But now there's a new team called Royals FC. Yes. Right now I think they are number last. They're not doing very well.
Yes,
because,
but they're trying.
Yeah, and for us, every team that is in Kibabii University, it looks for their patron or their sponsor who helps them. So Royals, I'll advise them, because I'm one of the patron of a team, that you look, you write. I think we have very good people. Even these Kibu TV can be their sponsors, so you can choose to help them, but let them work hard.
Right.
So that at least
Thank you. I think the issue of sports will be looked into that. Now, there is another comment here, but it's all about Freshers Night. We are done from Freshers. Andrew Abwile is saying, you're getting you live from Kibabii Estate. I have a question to the SOKU chair. What will he do that will make him stand out as SOKU chair at his period? I think we are coming to that as your closing remarks. Not now. Then let me pick this one. There is upcoming drama festival as from 20th of October. Is the school going to support students? I think you have mentioned something about that.
Sure.
Right, thank you. There is upcoming. That question has already been done. Now, to George. Now let's talk about your political journey as we close the session, because time is not on our side. What's your political journey, or which way?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeri. I think I'm proud of myself for my campus political journey. I think it's not been easy, but I've done much on my side.
Right.
When I joined, I think I've talked about that at the opening remarks of mine.
Yes.
I contested, I won. Again, I had the urge. My main urge was to contest for presidential position.
Yes.
I talked to my brother several times. We held several meetings.
Yes.
He wanted me to serve as the SG.
Yeah,
and we could have served as the SG. But
he refused.
Definitely, that was not my ambition. That was not where I thought I fit well. So I told him, bro, I cannot step down to go and maybe serve as the SG. I must contest for presidency, because that was what I promised myself when I was
All right.
first year. So in my heart, I think after campus in maybe 2027, I might also venture in politics, because I have a dream.
Yeah.
I have a big dream maybe in future to maybe also contest for Kenyan president. But in 2027, I got a position. I'm going to contest.
Right.
Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best. And I think once I died there, they invited you and they said that you can serve at this SG. That's a great story. Now, Baraka, what's your political journey and in the new future, considering the fact that I think you're for the year?
Yeah, for the
Yeah, for the year. So what next after this?
Now, before I talk about myself,
Yes.
let me just point out some things that we are planning. We are planning for SOKU Environmental Conservation Day, where we'll be calling upon students to support us in tree planting, sensitization. We also are planning for Peace Keeping Day.
Yes.
We are having quite a number of events that are not been happening that we want to put in place.
Yes.
We are calling upon all comrades to support. And talking about myself, I think for me, it's not mere fabrication, but total justification, maybe to put it clear that this thing is, tomorrow is in the hands of God. The same way, if I can gauge myself with George used to be this monster to me, that this guy I cannot overdo. But it came a point where I realized that nothing is impossible.
Yes. And
I sat with George and I said, George, let's do this thing. And that's how we do it. And he knows very well. That's why it doesn't have issues with me. It's like we are in a very slight competition.
So politicians always know each other.
And I told him, George, this one has slipped you, but we shall meet in the corridors of power. Maybe that means I'm also planning for something.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Right, that's great. Last one. The talk show is watching live from Bukananachi. Congratulations to Baraka for what he has done so far and has a lot to do. And to opposition, great work too. I think you're doing the right thing, because the comments, they seem to be on another level, right? There is an issue of insecurity. I don't want to venture into that. Now, there is this issue of generals from every corner, especially when it comes. I want to point out, or to be direct to the point, about the Masafara group. I know that one is used as a tool. Now, their involvement in Kibu politics.
Yeah,
when we
Masafara
talk
is one of the
general,
biggest Kibabii platform.
Yes.
And it's doing well.
Yes.
But you know, in every market you must have a mania.
Yes.
That means you must have a madman. And you know, Kenya is we have freedom, but I cannot come to each and every one of you and tell you, bro, this is how you must use your phone.
Yes.
I'll be overstretching. I'll be doing what I am not expecting.
Right.
So Masafara for me, maybe people are using it in a bad way, but again, it's helping at some point.
Yes.
For me, let's just sanitize it and use it in a right way.
All right, thank you. What's your suggestion about Masafara group?
I think Masafara is something that existed. It's a group that existed before us.
Yes.
We found Masafara, and definitely I see me leaving Masafara.
It has a large following.
It has a lot of followers, and
Yes.
yeah. So you know, Masafara at some point I've helped a lot.
Yeah.
Even in my political journey, I think Masafara branded me.
All right, thank you.
But there are some issues in Masafara that using vulgar words, and maybe at some point, just sanitization, and maybe
Right.
some
Thank you.
admins also to graduate and leave.
All right.
You are being personal. That one I can't comment.
Yes.
But we also have an alumni organization, of course, of which you're talking about the generals. I think that's another way of defining those guys, that you are calling alumni the generals.
Right.
But these people are good. They're doing well.
All right, thank you very much. Now we are coming to the end of our today's show. This is the Extra Mile Show. Maybe in a second, you tell something to comrades. What are you telling them? To comrades.
Comrades,
Yes.
siku zote tuzidi na kuzidi. Just support us, help us. For me, I'm there for you, and you're doing well. We'll keep on doing well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. To Mr. George, your camera there. What are you telling to comrades?
Comrades, what I want to tell you, I'll always be at your back. Any issue that the SOKU will not be doing on the right way, that mean will be frustrating you, I'll be there to stand with you the last day in my campus life. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That has been a great conversation about SOKU leadership, and more so a focus on the track record. 6 months in office. As you have heard, a lot has been shared. Always keep supporting even the show that will be coming on a weekly basis every Friday, 10 a.m. My name is Gideon Yeri, and this is Kibabii TV. Have a lovely, good afternoon.